Hi, Assalamualaikum. Good morning, everyone. Okay, I'm recording this for those who have missed my Google Meet this morning. So, what are we going to do for today? What do you have to do? For today, we are going to have a mix of everything lah. I'm sorry, saya ni asyik teringat Unit 1 aja. Okay, but we are actually already in Unit 2, 2A, ready for anything. So, we are going to take a look at grammar, vocabulary, and also listening for today. So now let's start with the grammar part. Okay, today's grammar it's on relative clauses. What is relative clauses? Relative clauses are sentences we use to give extra information which can be relevant or not. Okay, so basically, in other words, it's for us to elaborate on something. Kita nak elaborate, kita nak terangkan dengan lebih lanjut tentang sesuatu dalam satu ayat. Okay, and relative clauses can be divided into two types. One is the defining relative clauses, and the second one is the non-defining ones. Okay, so what is the difference between non-defining dengan defining? Defining ni actually comes from the word define, memberi maksud, menerangkan. Okay, so what is defining relative clause? It is actually how or it is on identifying the noun. Kita nak terangkan tentang sesuatu kata nama dalam sesuatu ayat. Kita nak explain lah tentang seseorang ataupun sesuatu tempat, sesuatu benda. Okay, so that is defining relative clause. And the other one is non-defining. Okay, non-defining here is actually to give extra information, to give useful information about the noun. Tadi kita dah terang tentang kata nama tu kan. Okay, so sekarang kita bagi lagi tahu sedikit informasi berkenaan kata nama tersebut. We want to explain more, much more detail. Okay, so that is defining and non-defining relative clause. So now, let's take a look at example of sentences. Okay, now we have 3 sentences and they are all from your textbook, page 25. Let's take a look at number 1. Okay, kita tengok dulu number 1. This one, number 1, if you look at the words here, the yellow words, okay, they are in brackets. Why are they in brackets? Because if we leave out these 2 words, okay, if we do not want to use any of these 2 words, the sentence is already okay. The sentence is grammatically correct. Okay, let me read it out. The guy I was just talking to is a ski instructor. Okay, if you listen to it, the guy that I was just talking to is a ski instructor. Ayat tu sebenarnya dah betul. But we just want to emphasize more on the sentence. We just want to emphasize more on the noun here, in which the noun is yang warna hijau, which is the guy. Siapa lelaki tu? Okay, the guy who I was just talking to is a ski instructor. Okay? Or the guy that I was just talking to is a ski instructor. Okay, so both, if you use either who or that, they should be acceptable. Tak kisah sebenarnya kita guna who ataupun that. But my advice, when it goes to a person or people, try to use who. Okay, biasakan menggunakan perkataan who if you want to explain more or when you want to define more about a person in a sentence. Okay, now let's take a look at the second sentence. Okay, we have UNICEF. Okay, UNICEF is the noun. What is UNICEF? This is the flag of the UNICEF lah. UNICEF is an organization which or that helps take care of the health and education of children around the world. Okay, kalau kita stop soalan ni kat sini. UNICEF is an organization. What kind of organization is that? Okay, contoh. So you explain more. UNICEF, you are defining about UNICEF. UNICEF is an organization that helps take care of the health and education of children around the world. Okay, ataupun you guna perkataan which. So we are defining, kita terangkan lagi apa itu UNICEF. Okay, organisasi apa UNICEF ni? Okay, and then we go to the third one. The campsite where we are staying has got a restaurant because I'm hungry. So here we are referring to the campsite. Campsite here is the noun, kata nama dia. So what's with the campsite? Okay, you are hoping that there will be a restaurant nearby. So why? Because you're hungry. Okay, so we use where. Why do we use where here in this sentence? Because we are referring to a place. Okay, kalau tempat kita gunakan perkataan where. Regardless, it's a location, it's a place. Okay, you have to use the word where. Okay, while the word who we use for a person or people, and then we use which or that normally with objects other than people or a human. Okay, so that is on defining. Kita nak terangkan lebih tentang sesuatu kata nama ataupun sesuatu objek dalam ayat, objek or subject regardless, okay, dalam sesuatu ayat. Okay, now we go to the non-defining. Non-defining ni bukanlah tidak memberi maksud, okay, it is actually giving extra information. Okay, and this information are usually the useful information, elaboration yang membantu. Okay, elaboration ataupun penerangan yang lebih jelas, lebih panjang lah. Okay, for number 1, my father. Okay, if you look at this sentence, you can see 2 commas, right? Ada 2 koma dalam ayat ni. Okay, my father, who is a successful businessman, started working at the age of 15. Okay, now let's omit this part. Cuba kita buang yang antara in between the comma. My father started working at the age of 15. Okay, ayat tu dah betul. Maknanya this is actually the extra information about the person, about the noun. Noun kita dalam ayat ni is the father. Okay, so kalau kita nak cakap my father started working at the age of 15, dah betul ayat tu, it's already correct. But we want to tell more about this father who started working at the age of 15. So what he turned out to be now? Okay, he is a good, successful businessman. Okay, and then now number 5, if you like taking risks, come to Adventure World, where you can try a variety of extreme activities. Okay, the difference between this sentence and this sentence, yang ni I ask you to omit the middle part, right? This part in between the 2 commas. But this one, if you look at this sentence, if you like taking risks, come to Adventure World. Okay, that is the main sentence. Okay, you can stop the sentence here, right after Adventure World, and then you want to explain more. Why are we supposed to go to Adventure World if we like taking risks? Okay, so this is the reason why. Okay, where you can try a variety of extreme activities. Okay, sebab you boleh cuba pelbagai aktiviti ekstrim di Adventure World. And then we use the word where. Why do we use where again? Because Adventure World is a place. Alright, so I hope you do understand the difference between defining relative clauses and also non-defining clauses. Okay, it's basically to menerangkan tentang sesuatu dan memberi maklumat yang lebih lanjut berkenaan sesuatu dalam satu ayat. Okay, so what you have to do next? Of course, you have to do the exercise. Okay, you do the grammar exercise on page 25. It's already in your Google Classroom. You just have to answer them. Okay, now we go to the vocabulary. So what kind of vocabulary we are looking at today? We are going to take a look at adjectives, kata sifat, and today's adjectives, they are on describing people. Okay, sifat-sifat seseorang. Okay, so we have strict, tegas, meaning you like to do things by the rules. Something reliable, rely and able, boleh dipercayai, someone you can rely on. Okay, ambitious, bersungguh-sungguh, meaning you really give your focus and everything in doing something. Okay, courageous, you are brave, full of courage, memang sangat berani. Dedicated, where you will contribute your time, you will contribute everything that your focus in doing something. Dedikasi. Intelligent, semua orang tahu what is intelligent. Bijak. Responsible, meaning you are responsible. Bila diberi tanggungjawab, bertanggungjawablah. Bila diberi tanggungjawab, you can do them well. Okay, and then we have patient. Patient here, you can endure, you can withstand anything, you are calm. And then we have sociable, meaning you are amiable, you can mix around with everyone. Unselfish, the prefix "un" here means no or not selfish. Okay, when it is not selfish, you are considerate towards other people, tidak mementingkan diri sendiri. So what you have to do for your vocabulary task on page 26, you have to match those words to the right definition. Tengok perkataan yang betul. Okay? Alright, so we are done with the vocabulary. Now, what you have to do for listening, okay? So, for your listening, make sure you read out the question first. You buka you punya buku teks, page 25. You read out all of the questions, the listening questions. Okay, baca dan cuba fahamkan. Okay, and then so that you know what are you supposed to listen to as well. Okay. Bila dah siap baca, you try to understand the questions, then only you listen to the audio. The audio is in our WhatsApp group, so please listen to it. And then while listening, try to jot down the answers in your textbook first. But please make sure you are using your pencil, okay? It's your textbook. So you shouldn't be using a pen in writing in your textbook. Okay, so once you're done, you check your answer again by listening to the audio once again. Dengar balik audio, cuba check balik jawapan. If you're confident enough with your answers, then only you go to your Google Classroom and submit your answers. Okay? Alright, so that should be it. We have covered on grammar, we are covering on vocabulary also, and lastly, you have to do a listening task. Alright, so that should be it. Thank you from me. And as usual, if you have any problem, just do ask in the WhatsApp group. Okay, thank you and goodbye.